Hello, welcome back. This is episode 26 of Things DIORPIUM wants you to hear. And I'm gonna do something different today. I'm just feeling like I gotta come into the video with a different vibe. We're gonna go backwards today on the list. Alright? We're gonna go backwards. Um Nothing I really want to talk about before I get into it. Just kinda wanna get into it. Um Alright, yeah, let's just do that. Number nine. Number nine. Eddie Bruno Perez got in a car accident, bro. Like on like fight week at DBX in Miami, he got hit at a red light, and now he's not fighting that. Him versus Joshua Alvarez or whatever is off. So that's fucking annoying and crazy. I'll obviously have like the photo of the screenshot he posted on the screen. Um, yeah, that's very unfortunate. It looks like, I mean, if he was the blue truck or the white truck that got hit in the back, who knows? He's one of the trucks. But that fight's off, I guess. You know, if you didn't know, now you know. Supposed to be one of the bigger fights on the card because if I'm not mistaken, Joshua Alvarez is like got a name or whatever. I don't know. I'm not personally familiar with him, but I'm not trying to hate on bro. He seems really chill. Um, that's it for that one. So we have one less fight in DBX6 now. And one thing I realized as I was like looking at this card is like the fight wasn't even on the fight poster when they posted it. I just assumed it was. It didn't even like look for real. So I'm obviously not paying close enough attention like I need to, and I'm missing out on straight up context clues. So it's making me, feel a little special or whatever. Need to relax on that. Need to figure it out. Next one, UFC 6, number 8, sorry. UFC 6, there's a rumor that it's going to get announced at UFC 327. Who knows? I don't know. I can see it not happening and it happening in International Fight Week, considering that's International Fight Week and everyone's tuning in. So that's kind of my honest initial prediction on that. But obviously, Dana White's been talking about how he's been working on it and all that shit this last couple weeks or week or whatever. I don't know if you saw that post or whatever, but um, obviously Pereira's gonna be on the cover. We've been seeing all that. I don't think it's like there's any leaks or anything set in stone, but I guarantee you Pereira's on it, or they might do like 3 fighters. Like I could see Pereira, Taporia, and you need a girl fighter, so probably Zhang Wei Li. Who knows? I don't know. But that's gonna be good. Obviously, bro. Me and my friend Muniz, we play UFC 5 all the time. That's the only game we play. It's the only game I play on my Xbox. Literally, I wish I played other games, but they just don't seem as like fun. I guess. Or I'm just like too busy, with work, training, or grinding out these videos. Oh, there's always something to talk about, bro. So I never really have time to do that. Only when I want to play with Muniz. But if y'all could see our score, I'm not even gonna lie. He hit 2K wins on me. And that's crazy. Don't get me wrong. We play a lot. He hit 2K wins on me, and I'm only at like 1.3, bro. So he's obviously like zero point 0.7 better than me, if that makes sense. But it's still just now it's like, dude, I don't got a solid. I got or not solid, but I guess yeah. So I don't got a positive KD ratio or whatever. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. I hope that they add more intricate kind of controls into it, like in UFC. Consider we played thousands, literally almost like 3,000, 4,000 games, bro. There's like certain like fluidity there isn't like allowed in certain combos just because the game doesn't flow like that. Like you can't throw like a look at like what you can't throw like a jab right head kick because it just feels weird. Or not that it feels weird. It's just like it doesn't even allow you to. It's like there's certain combinations that don't let you throw. I feel like just break those walls down, let them throw any combos. Jab, hook, front teep. I don't know, just like make it so you can throw anything. And it adds some sort of like either makes you gas out more trying to throw those unorthodox combos or like or what. Sorry, I hear Ellie talking. I need to go shut this fucking door. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I wish it just added like better, more fluidity in the combos. Break down the wall of like limiting your combos basically, and we need to get. I can't wait for the higher quality, man. Like the UFC 5 looks like shit, but UFC 4 looked bad, and we're going as we go. So I don't know. I'm very excited, and maybe I'll even make UFC 6 videos if I can find the courage to want to figure out all that stuff through my Xbox. But we're going to the next one. White Connell versus Duncan recap. We're only gonna recap the fights. Actually, let's just go on the UFC app real quick and just talk about them real quick. It's probably not gonna be that crazy. We'll make it quick. Don't worry, guys. We get Yuri fight week. I'm not trying to hear about these more Connell fights still, but I gotta cover them. Kai Kamaha or Kamaka, I don't know, somehow survives. He was getting destroyed for the first 2 rounds. Somehow won by decision. Was at work. Barbosa versus Gatto, not sure. Oh my God. Osman Bakov versus Tresean Gore, bro. Tresean Gore does it, bro. He's finally not 6-5. Not finally not, but like I was so if he was 6-5, bro, like what do you do, bro? You gotta go back to the NFC, bro. Like, but he did that shit to Azamat Bakov, bro. And maybe this really just kind of like proves that Azamat isn't as good as we thought he was. But for him to do that against Azamat is crazy. And you know, all the damage he took on, he got that cut under his eye. And the fact that it was a guillotine too really sets in stone. Just the whole vibe or whatever. But I was at the bar, you know, with Andy. Shout out Andy, you know, rare Andy moment. But we were watching this fight, and I was telling him how he's from Georgia or whatever, and he's just like on his like low-key on a 2-fight skid right now. But you know, fighting some fucking demons. And I was literally telling him, I was like, Tresean Core's probably gonna get bloodied up bad, ground and pounded, took him down, held down, but that was not the case. There was some damage for sure, but Azamat just got tired. It looked like Tresean Gore low-key out cardioed him and somehow got, you know, in that guillotine position, put him to sleep. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I was jumping up and down like a kid when Tresean Gore won. Elise Pereira versus Haley Cowan. Obviously, Elise Pereira, what? It was a knee like cross. Like that shit was crazy dirty, bro. Like that was actually like that was clean. She got a bonus. I'm pretty sure it's pretty chill. Darius Flowers won. Don't really care. The Costa dude, you know, he looks chill. He's just kind of got like with the shits with all the Mexicans and are in Las Vegas or whatever. Even though he's repping Brazil, you know, Diego Lopez is the same way, so it's not that crazy. Thomas Peterson, bro. How do you even say it? Gil Herme? I'm gonna say Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh fucking. He looks so like not scared, but in a way scared to make the wrong mistakes. So where he was like not overly composed because he had his composure, but it's like he didn't even use his composure right to fire back on to like under like certain timing or just even stay active. It's like he was trying to like not make a mistake to where he gets slammed up by Thomas Peterson. But every time he would strike for the first couple rounds, he would literally land every time. I did take a smoke break during this fight, so it's not even like I gotta watch the third round. And I'm not gonna watch the shit back. But I'm not surprised that Thomas Peterson got the decision, even though every time Gilgamesh, bro, he landed, he was touching him up, and Thomas was feeling that, but he was just scared to keep on going after that or like following up with something, which maybe it's the bright lights or whatever. Who knows? We all got to work around that at our own pace. But Thomas Peterson was just quantity. Maybe even not quality over the quantity, but just quantity. And that got him the decision. Main card, how do we say this? Jose Delano versus Robert Uchala. Did not watch that bullshit. Tommy McMillan versus Melendo Zucchini. Whoa. I don't even want to copy commentary, but they low-key said it good. And I think this might have been like post-fight, or maybe someone else said it, but there's going to be higher ranked featherweights looking at Tommy McMillan like lunch, bro. His like defense is good, don't get me wrong, but his chin's good, but he's getting touched up. Like he's absorbing crazy shots. But not even just that, like when he's like throwing his crazy combos, his technique is good, but it's not perfect to where his hands or his defense is up in the midst of those combos. So he's definitely getting countered or like it's got to be like a counter off the slip or like immediately, not like a whatever slip counter, you know, roll counter. It's got to be simultaneously, and then that's kind of seems like his downfall. I'm not gonna lie, but besides that, obviously get some practicing, striking pad working, get some boxing pad working, get your defense up, keep your hands up. You know, it's not like he fought with his hands down crazy, but like I said, it's like the technique of his defense in the midst of his combos that he needs to sharpen up. But he probably watched the fight back, you know, seen that. Tim Welch probably seen that. O'Malley probably seen that. So it's not like anything crazy, but it was a good, you know, good fight, good scrap, very entertaining. And I think they got a bonus too, which is well deserved. Ethan Ewing absolutely dog walks Rafael Estevan. The first round was a little rough, but you know, Ethan Ewing's he's a slow burner. He gets into it. That fight was so good nonetheless. The head movement was crazy. Obviously, KO'd him with that body shot, and you know, emotes on him, walks into him, gets that one the ground and pound. Has some like Gene Silva-esque performance, but I don't even want to say that. It's more of an Ethan Ewing-esque performance. The Professor Finesser. It's in the name. We're all Ethan Ewing fans. How the fuck do I say this? Albarakam Yahweh versus Brenson Ribeiro. Uh, if I remember, obviously, Yahweh or whatever was fucking. He looked scared in the midst of that fight, and he looked a little nervous. He looked a little nervous in the beginning. That's okay though. Doesn't matter. He got the sub or whatever, but he was getting rocked. They were getting touched up. They were having a crazy firefight. His head movement was good enough to where he wasn't getting hit with every shot, but he was still getting hit. And you could tell by the look on his face, he did not like getting hit like that. He was like, or not like angry, but just like worried a little bit. Like, I don't even know. Like a mix of both of those, where it's like he knows what he has to do. But that fight was good nonetheless. It was pretty entertaining. I was just kind of nervous for him like amongst the fight. So, you know, against someone who was 17-9 is probably not the best thing to be, whatever. But he's probably young, and he's got a future in the UFC, so we'll make that happen. Verna Jandaroma, Renato Moicano versus Chris Duncan. That fight was pretty good. Moicano did say my prediction was right, except I guess I said I saw it like happening in like round 3 or 4 instead of round 2. So my prediction was pretty much right. And if you watch my prediction video, which it low-key got some traction, only like 300 views, I'm saying? Not crazy, but something compared to these 30 or 40, 50, bro. But yeah, my prediction was right. Y'all know what I said on that. So good, congratulations to Moicano. We needed that. He needed that. Chris Duncan has been fraud checked for now. Let's just go into the next one. Let's go here. Number 4, Valentina Shevchenko's response to Jake Paul, because Jake Paul's been talking crazy about the UFC, man. And let's just see what she says. Jake Paul said they've gotten greedy. They've forgotten their heart as a company. That's the problem. It's dying because the best people in the sport become wrestlers and they just hold on. Khabib, Hamzat, boring. No one wants to watch that. Let's just put out the casual siren right now. Woo, woo. Why are we still referencing Khabib like he's fought in the last like 5 years, bro? Like, let's be real here. Bro, we're tired in the Apex. We will not forget that. Hamzat is boring, yes. Khabib was just like, he wasn't boring. He was a grappler and kind of did that smudge, but he was like one of a kind, you know what I mean? Hamzat is one of a kind too, but, Khabib is not crucifixing people and holding them there for 5 rounds. So that's kind of the difference between that. So, and obviously Jake Paul is like part owner or owner of the MVP Netflix promotion. So he's obviously just trying to, get under the UFC skin to see him as a threat. He's just playing his game, bro. But obviously, you can see that shit from a mile away, so that probably ain't working on Dana, man. He don't even see MVP as a real threat for real. Like, the fact that they're talking all this crazy shit, knowing damn well they're using old UFC talent, and just like, Ronda Rousey's cringe ass, bro. Like, can she shut the fuck up? Oh my god, fuck that bitch, bro. Till the day I die. But this is what Valentina said. The UFC dying? Hey, Jake, you definitely don't know what you were talking about. Criticizing MMA from a long distance, I see. She didn't say I see, but trying to get into an octagon with one of them, and they'll wipe the floor with your pretty face. You will show spectacular, breathtaking fight from down there. You can tell us how fun or boring it was. Obviously, Jake Paul's going to fight the winner of Ngannou versus Felipe Lin, so he's obviously fighting Jake Paul, unless Francis Ngannou just gets slept, which he deserves. So, the universe could be balancing out like that. Who knows, though? Let's actually ask the 8-ball on deck real quick. We got the 8-ball on deck as always. Will Francis Ngannou get slept by Felipe Lins? And this is why I respect the Magic 8-ball, man. I don't know if you can see it, but it says my reply is no. It is backwards because of my camera, but it says no. So any chance we thought he had has already been ruled out by the universe. Yeah, I just hate. This is just annoying. But they're fucking getting me talking about it, man. God damn it, they got me. They got me. Arman says he could be. Oh, sorry. Let me get to that. Number 5 here. Reminder: it's Anthony Smith bare knuckle MMA fight week. And Landon Quinones. Let's not forget about Landon. We fuck with Landon. Do not get me wrong. Don't know the dude he's fighting, but he's got to be a can. And I hope they're not setting up Anthony Smith to get fucked up for the promo, which I can see Jorge Masvidal doing, which I'm not like opposed to. He's definitely gonna get hurled up in a ball with blood in this bare knuckle MMA fight, bro. Like, this is about to be ridiculous. I think it's tomorrow on Friday. But I'm probably just gonna see the clip of it. Sorry guys, I will talk about it though, and it's because I'm gonna be watching Dirty Boxing. So you guys have to understand that Dirty Boxing is just way better and will be forever. But yeah, just a reminder. Anthony Smith's fight week. Don't really have a prediction besides him getting bloodied up and, roly-poly or whatever. Arman says he could beat Khabib by decisions. Or thoughts on that? Let's put that up for debate. Do y'all think so or not? I think he does by decision. And I could see it being majority decision or like split decision, not unanimous. So obviously there's gonna be written scorecards, well, at least one for Khabib, but obviously Khabib has the grappling, but Arman's has the grappling too. And I think that the level of grappling that Arman's at can stand with Khabib. So they could just be scrambling for 25 minutes or whatever. Obviously both's gonna end up in some other positions, but Khabib's just too good, too strong, too like how do you say this? Too smart on his back or on the ground to like let Arman kind of really work. He'd probably just hold him. You know what I mean? Literally just like bring him to him, hug him by any means, I guess, even to take the round. But even and on the feet, that's where it makes a difference too. Is like Arman has better like strike. I mean, Arman does have better striking, but I think Khabib has better striking into takedowns, if that makes sense. But Arman can stuff that, especially late in the later rounds if Khabib gets tired. In the first couple rounds, it's going to be a little tricky. But Arman can still survive that and scramble out of there, end up on top. I guess not that I have full faith in that. Let me know what you guys think about that. Does Arman beat Khabib by decision? What do you guys think? Number 3, this is why I wanted to start with the old ones, or the new ones first. It's kind of more relevant. These are a little old now. Sorry, guys. Joshua Van pulls out a first title defense. No one knows what the injury is. We probably won't for a minute, and I know that's fair, whatever, considering, he's about to fight on 328. So what couldn't have been that bad? I bet it was like a cut or something, like nothing too crazy. Or maybe he like sprained his ankle or some shit. Like just can't go into that fight week like that, you know what I'm saying? Can't go and compromise. That's what real champs believe in. Unfortunately, he's a real champ. So now, unfortunately, we fuck with Joshua Van, but we all know the vibes behind him having the belt or whatever, but Joshua Van pulled out. Was not Tatsudo Taira. Remember that. Number 2, Mike Perry said there are somewhat negotiations for Mike Perry versus Darren Till in DBX. Is what I wrote down initially, and I was going to go crazy about that and give you a breakdown and prediction of what I think, but he just signed a fucking multi-fight deal with BKFC. Darren Till did, so maybe we'll see it in BKFC over DBX. I prefer DBX. We need some DBX motion here. We need some numbers getting crunched for DBX on social media. We need some good promo, natural promo by natural crazy matchups. Obviously, if you didn't watch my video yesterday, I was talking about just why you should watch DBX6 and why it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's just hella entertaining. But yeah, Darren Till signs a multi-fight deal for BKFC. Who knows who he's gonna fight? No way they run back him versus Rockhold in BKFC. Rockhold says no. We already saw how his leg broke when he got KO'd in the fucking corner by Darren Till and the fucking Misfits or whatever the fuck they boxed in. But yeah, this is honestly kind of unfortunate because I'd rather have him in DBX actually laying kids out or like building a name for the 185 division or something. Or like, bro, imagine Darren Till at 185 or 205, bro. Like, fill the cans. I'm sorry, bro. Like, if we're going to on like an actual martial artist class, the class level. Not filled with cans, I guess. That's very rude to, like, dismiss everyone's work that they're putting in. But, like, that's Darren Till, bro. Like, Darren Till slimes out Kevin Philippe. Darren Till slimes out Brian Battle. And, those are, like, the 2 highest dudes out there. So, it's just, like, it's an unfortunate reality. Not that I'm trying, like I said, not hating at 85 or 205. I fuck with these boys. But Darren Till, like, come on. Be real with yourself. Let's go into the last one here. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Juan Diaz in the Apex May 16th. Obviously, they're laying up Malcolm Wellmaker to kind of get his momentum back. I'm not familiar with Juan Diaz, that is. Call me a casual. I don't care. And I'm not going to do any research either. I'm literally going to treat this like the Ewing fight, pick Wellmaker, and, give y'all the breakdown when it happens. So that's really all about that. But I'm very excited. Finally, we got some more activity for Malcolm Wellmaker. His first fight, not going in dreaded up. Not dreaded up, but like braided up or whatever. But as basically what I'm saying is he cut his hair. So he's rebirthed. There's new vibes coming into this. And obviously, he's probably going to win by KO. If it's the right hook again, then that's crazy. But, yeah, that's it. I don't really know what else much to say. Just a bunch of yapping for today. We got DBX weigh-ins today. Obviously, I'm going to be making a video on that. If anyone misses weight, I'm on your ass. So don't miss fucking weight. That's ridiculous. Come on, guys. Come on. Especially the heavyweights, guys. If the heavyweights are missing weight, what's going on. No heavyweight looks too big enough to miss weight though. So, they're all professional athletes. Hopefully they got it down. I kind of want to make a video doing like a breakdown over this like Michael Garcia, Rob Perez video that Dirty Boxing dropped. It's like a face-to-face interaction of them like talking in front of the belt. And obviously Rob Perez is just barking the whole time, wolfing it up. Michael Garcia is just light, you know what I mean? So it's good. You never know here. Everyone's saying that, the loud person always gets knocked out, gets dirty in the ring, but I don't think they've ever watched a Rob Perez fight. But who knows? You never know what the fight has in store, bro. This fight is going to be so good, bro. I'm so glad I got to talk to them and get their, just their opinion on each other. And yeah, I'm just very excited because this fight's going to be so good. And you guys should, be watching it too because this is history in the making. Shout out Michael Garcia. Shout out Rob Perez. Good luck to both of them. Shout out everyone in the DBX 6 card. What's pray? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a praying type for real, but what's pray for Eddie Bruno Perez in his car accident? And, Joshua Alvarez, considering he didn't get a fight. And in his like DBX interview or on the Overdogs podcast, he was really just saying that he's very excited for this and just excited to put on a show and like test himself and just like be a fighter, you know what I'm saying? But obviously he doesn't get to. It's very sad. But thank you guys. You guys have a good day. I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that. I appreciate it. Thank you.